Hi guys, and welcome to part 34 of ASP.NET MVC core tutorial, and on this part we are going to add some validations to the form that we created on the last part. We need to add some validations to our form so we are sure that the data received is correctly formatted. For that we need to add attributes to our model. So let's go to our models and order.cs class. Let's add some attributes for the first name. To write an attribute inside these square brackets, we could write, for example, display. The name of the display is going to be first name. So this is the attribute display for the first name. Another attribute that we could have could be the string length. So this means that the string first name can be maximum of 50 characters long. And to define that a property is required on the form, we write the required, and we could even add custom error messages for this property by writing error message is equal to please enter your first name. The same way we can add different attributes for different properties. So I'm going to copy paste the order class from my GitHub repository together with all data annotations, and I will provide the link down below on the description section for you to get it as well. So in here we have written that the order ID should never be bound. Another property could be the data type property, and here we have defined that the data type is an email address. Let's go to our view and make the necessary changes. But first, let's define the action for this form. So I'm going to write ASP action, and this is the checkout, and we add the button as well. To display all the errors, just below the h3 tag, we could add a div which is going to display all the errors of the validation. So for that we need to write ASP validation summary. We have used all, else we could specify none and nothing would have been shown. So this will simply display a div on top of our form with all the errors. If we would like to have an error message for all of our inputs, for that inside the div where the input belongs, we could add a span tag, and the property for the span tag should be ASP validation for, and we bind it to our property, which in this case is last name. The same way we add it for all of our properties. So at the top of the form we have declared that the action for this form is going to be the checkout form, but from this form this action is going to have a property, and this property is our order. Let's go to our order controller and add an additional action. So in here we add an additional action with the property order. Now we have in here two action results with the same name. We are going to use the second one only for the form, and from the form we always send a post request. So to distinguish these two checkout methods from each other, we are going to put the HTTP post data annotation, and we start with the implementation. So let's first get all the items, and we can get all the items from the shopping cart get shopping cart items method. We assign to the shopping cart all the items. Next we check if we actually have any shopping cart items. So if we don't have any, we display an error message to our view. After that we check if our model state is valid. This means that it will check for all properties if they have met their conditions. Like for example, for the first name, it will check if the length of the first name is smaller than 50. And if the model is valid, we would like to create the order by using the create order method, and here we add the order. Next, after we create the order, we would like to clear the shopping cart, and then we redirect the user to another action so we can display a thank you message. So we are going to redirect them to the checkout complete action. So let's create this action first. This is just going to be a simple action. We will have a view bag with checkout complete message property, and the message is going to be thank you for your order. Since we created this action, we need to go and create a new view with the same name. So I'm going to add a new view, and this view is going to have just an h1 tag, and inside this tag we are going to display our checkout complete message, which is set on the order thanks for your order. And when the model state is not valid, we are simply going to be returned to the same view. So let's save all the changes and run the application one more time. The application runs successfully. Let's add a drink to our card. So the drink has been added to the card, and now let's check out. Here let's add only the email, and let's complete the order. The moment we complete the order, we are going to see for each property, we are going to see the error message that we actually provided on the order.c# class. So for example, please enter your first name. This is the error message that is going to be shown on the first name input box. Let's complete the other fields as well. After you have completed the form, let's complete the order one more time. So we see that we have been redirected to the checkout complete page, but we don't see the message because of CSS issues. So let's go to the layout.c# HTML file and simply remove the class navigation bar, fix top, go back to your view, refresh it, and here is our message. Thanks for your order. So guys, this is all for this part. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.